shooters reacting to life sentences.
This is Marcus Harris, convicted of murdering 6-year-old Aiden Leos after...
I'm sorry, there was a road rage incident where you murdered an 8-year-old? What car incident could have happened for your ass to murder an 8-year-old? Like, did they scratch your, like, McLaren? Did they crash your Ferrari? Like, what's the word?
After a road rage confrontation on a California freeway. Reportedly, Joanna Clunan was driving him to kindergarten.
Okay.
His girlfriend, Win Lee, cut her off in the carpool lane.
Okay.
Then Lee made a peace sign gesture, which Clunan took as sarcastic.
Once the vehicle had passed it slowed down to roughly the same speed she was going.
Okay.
And she saw the driver do a peace sign.
Okay.
Back in the window towards her.
A few miles later, she passed the couple and gave them the middle finger, causing...
Yeah, I mean, for you to cut someone off and then do a peace sign, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna take that as like a cool gesture. Well, it's obviously you're trying to be a... And if I respond with a middle finger, that doesn't mean you shoot me. Doesn't mean you shoot my 8-year-old.
Causing Lee to position behind Clunan's vehicle as Erez fired his Glock, striking Aiden.
Why? You killed an 8-year-old next to your girl like that for throwing a middle finger at you?
At the hospital 30 minutes later.
Removed the gun with his left hand, transferred it over to his right hand, chambered around. The chamber was empty at the time. Rolled the window down, put the gun out and fired. Single shot.
Erez and Lee fled the scene, and after learning Aiden had died, hid their Volkswagen in a family member's garage. Weeks later, police arrested both suspects outside their apartment.
Breaks my heart. How anybody can do this. I'm so glad they caught them.
At trial, prosecutors presented devastating evidence.
And y'all tried to run away? You shot at them and you tried to run away? Wait, what was your, like, intent with this? If you were trying to scare them, why didn't you aim for, like, the tire, maybe, like, the car itself? I don't know, maybe at the sky? You were trying to kill someone for flicking you off? This dude has the temperament of a baby. R.I.P. to the 8-year-old.
Stating it wasn't road rage, but disregard for human life.
This is not a road rage case. This is an expression by Mr. Erez of cold indifference.
The way this man has his hair just annoys me. I don't know.
Callous and total disregard for human life.
However, the defense argued Erez acted rashly in a moment of rage with no...
Okay, the defense must have gotten their lawyering degree from Monsters University, gang. I'm sorry, what? He acted rationally? So if someone flicks you off, you gotta respond by putting a bullet in their window?
intent to kill anyone.
He had no hindsight and no clue as to the consequence of his actions in the moment, and he had no malice and he had no intent.
The jury deliberated and returned with their decision.
We, the jury, to the above without action, find the defendant
Guilty.
Anthony Perez guilty of the murder, guilty of the crime of murder in the second degree.
Before sentencing, Erez addressed Aiden's mother.
Miss Cleveland, I am truly sorry for taking this beautiful son away from you.
Erez showed no reaction as the judge sentenced him to 40 years to life in prison. His
Good.
girlfriend pled guilty to being an accessory and was sentenced to 4 years in prison. But
You should have never also threw up the peace sign. Either way, I hope y'all broke up as soon as he put the bullet out.
released with credit for time served in home
I'm sorry, you were 17? How much weight did you gain in prison?
confinement. This is Jeremy Webster, convicted of opening fire on a family during a road rage confrontation in Colorado. Reportedly, Bigelow was driving her 3 sons to a dentist appointment when
Okay.
she tried to pull over for an emergency vehicle, but Webster became angry and yelled at her for entering his lane. Instead of driving away,
Dude, there's an emergency car coming up. Which one? You want the ambulance to hold up?
he followed her into the dental office parking lot, stepped out of his vehicle, screamed at her again, then pulled a gun.
And I yelled to the boys, "He's got a gun, run." And then I heard the gun go off and I dropped to the ground. I was shot again in the head.
After
She survived a headshot? I'm glad she survived. Yo, I know the kids were probably scared as shit. How do you go from a dentist? Wait, how do you even rage that much? Honestly, I feel like these people should be getting way much more time just because we should not be trusting people willing to shoot people in the head over a road rage incident.
shooting Bigelow, he then fired at her children. One was critically injured, another escaped, but the bullets claimed the life of Vaughn.
He knew exactly what he was doing. and he should be held accountable.
Webster fled the scene after the attack, but was captured later that day after his license plate was traced through nearby surveillance cameras.
Good.
At trial, his defense insisted he
What?
was in the midst of a psychotic episode and not in control of his actions.
He had a mood disorder that began at a very young age and it progressed as it does. And eventually, he reaches his 20s and he has schizoaffective bipolar disorder.
Yo, I've never understood that as an argument. Look, I understand, okay, yes, he's batshit crazy. So what you want us to do about it? Let him go back? If anything, the right thing to do is keep his ass in prison. Yo, Judge, listen, he's just crazy. Okay, why are we letting him out? Yo, thank you for letting us know. Yo, get this nigga some warriors.
Prosecutors argued that Webster acted with intent by following the victims, parking behind them, and firing deliberately at close range.
Mr. Webster is using insanity as an excuse.
You wasn't insane when you purchased that gun.
Oh, listen, I have a mentorship called the Moolah Membership where I'm going to teach you how to get rich with business, YouTube, crypto, stocks, financial literacy, credit, every single way. Now, I became a millionaire by the time I was 23 years old. I'm going to teach you step by step for only $50. Click the first link in the description right now and get added to my group chat where I'm going to give you one-on-one help to make sure you get rich in 2024. Click it right now. Stop tweaking because we got very, very, very limited spots and I don't want you to miss this bag.
For the cold-blooded murder of a 13-year-old child. For his attempt to kill everyone else that was on scene.
During sentencing, Megan Bigelow faced her son's killer and addressed the court.
His friends are graduating high school right now and going to college. And every time I get one of those graduation cards, I burst into tears.
Then the jury returned with their decision.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Jeremy Webster, guilty of attempt to commit murder of first degree after deliberation.
The judge sentenced him to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Good.
Webster showed...
Bro, if she died, all those kids would have had to witness that their mother dying. Literally dead. Over what? A road rage incident.
no visible emotion as the sentence was read. This is Tyrese Harris, convicted of second-degree murder after a road rage confrontation turned deadly in New Hampshire. Reportedly, Harris cut off 45-year-old Jamal Kartakovich while driving, triggering him to honk his horn, and Harris responded by throwing an eyeglass cleaner bottle at the man's truck.
Eyeglass cleaner, what is that? Is this like a bottle?
His son said that this car basically cut him off and he was making stop-and-go moves. Kind of provoking him.
Kartakovich then stepped out of his vehicle, approached Harris's car, and spat in his face. Seconds later, Harris pulled out a gun and shot Kartakovich.
Look, I understand being angry. Killing someone over it, though? Like, how easy is it in your mind to, like, murder somebody? Like, boom. That should be, like, the last-ditch thing you ever do in life.
Point blank in the face. Inside...
Yeah, bro does not like saliva. Does that mean kill someone for it? Hell no.
The truck were his son and nephew, who saw the whole thing.
As he approached the vehicle, he was shot.
During the trial, Harris's defense argued that he acted in self-defense, claiming he feared for his life and his pregnant fiancée, who was...
Now a baby's gonna grow up without your dumb ass. You feared for your life for someone spitting on you? I don't know, I mean, unless that dude had, like, STDs, I can see why. Maybe if he had a little bit of HIV. I'm trolling, by the way. There's no reason why you should murder someone over this.
Was present at the time. Before his sentencing, he apologized to the family, saying he wished he could undo everything.
There hasn't been a day that hasn't...
Yo, I've never seen someone with a flatter head in my life. He has no curve on the back of his head. Wait, does he even need a pillow at this point? That's a smooth back. Just bow, just cut off.
An apology can't possibly do any justice to what has happened.
The victim's daughter takes the stand to address the court.
Growing up, I always dreamed of my father there by my side through all my milestones. To wake up this morning and every day for the rest of my life, I lose my father, my anchor, and my dream.
The jury found him guilty on all counts, and Harris stood still and sad as the judge sentenced him to 25 years to life in prison.
Good.
This is deep.
Really think about it, right? Obviously, I believe in the concept of an afterlife, but to think that 25 years of your earthly life is gonna go sat behind bars, you're never gonna get that back. That's dumb.
Cap Salas, convicted of murder after a road rage confrontation turned deadly in Belmont. Shortly before the incident, Capsalis and Henry Tapia had exchanged angry gestures over a turn signal before both men pulled over and argued until Tapia began walking back to his car. But before he could get in, Capsalis shouted a racial slur, drove at Tapia, and dragged him some distance, then fled the scene.
You're a murderer and you're racist? Okay, that's a hate crime. Yeah, bro, go ahead, give this man a death penalty at that.
No, he was just in pain. He said I'm in a lot of pain. I'm having a hard time breathing.
Reportedly, Tapia later died at a hospital, and Capsalis turned himself in 30 minutes later. At trial, Capsalis' defense claimed it was an accident, but evidence from a Ring doorbell camera proved otherwise.
There was a Ring doorbell near the scene of this incident, and it captured the audio of the interaction between the victim and the defendant. The defendant can be heard calling the victim a series of derogatory terms.
The jury found him guilty on 3 counts, including second-degree murder. Before sentencing, Capsalis apologized for using such a horrible word.
Language. What about apologizing for the murder? What about that? I feel like that should come first.
Like that is disgraceful, and I'm very ashamed of myself for using such horrible words.
The judge noted they were adults who should have handled it better.
Both men should have known better.
Okay, but one died and the other didn't.
They were both grown-ups.
The judge then read the sentence.
Sorry by the court on count 1, you be punished by confinement in the Susan Baranowski Correctional Institution for life, with the possibility of parole after 15 years.
What does that mean when they say with the possibility of parole after 15 years? Does that mean if they get better, they could leave in 15 years? Look at his ass, bro. After 15 years, it's GG's for him. He's gone. Shit, is he even gonna survive 15 years?
Capsalis showed no emotion as the judge sentenced him to life in prison. After sentencing, his fiancée insisted he was threatened and never said the racial slur.
Yes, the N-word is inappropriate, but Dean did not come out of that car screaming a racial slur. Mr. Tapia threatened him.
Man, they got 4K evidence. The quality of those ring bills are getting insane. They got the audio captured in 4K. I've never even seen audio captured in 4K. It sounds better than a Rode mic. What are you talking about? You're just mad that your dude is gone and you're not gonna receive no more meat the rest of your life. Anyways, YouTube, that is road rage shooters reacting to life sentences. Moral of the story, if someone cuts you off on the road, don't kill them, all right? Just don't kill them. Make sure you guys subscribe, check out the gaming channel, catch the streams, all that good stuff. Like, love y'all.